In this video, I'm going to show you how to make 24-hour fermented yogurt at home without any special equipment. I'm also going to show you how to make labneh, which is strained yogurt. If you have yogurt on hand, labneh is really easy to make and it's absolutely delicious. Hello friends, and if you're new here, I'm Lucia. Welcome to Ambrosia's Table. I create videos that make eating a nutrient-dense whole food diet easy and enjoyable. Okay, so this 24-hour yogurt is really amazing because it's super easy on the digestion. Because it has been fermented for 24 hours, majority of that lactose has been eaten up by the bacteria. So that means that if you're lactose intolerant or if you just have a sensitive tummy, this one's going to be a lot easier for you to digest. 1 cup of this yogurt has around 7 billion bacteria in it, as opposed to 1 cup of regular yogurt, which would have around 2 billion bacteria. So that's pretty impressive and makes this yogurt a really great addition to your diet if you're wanting to supercharge your gut health, which, I mean, like, who doesn't want that? I'll also be showing you how to make labneh, which is a Middle Eastern staple. It kind of reminds me of cream cheese, but it's got a really nice tart flavor, and because it's been fermented, obviously it's got a lot more health benefits and really much easier to digest. You can use it as a dip or a spread, and you can even make icing with it for a cake or something like that. All right, let's jump into the recipe. Jump. Okay, so it's important to get a good quality milk like this one, which has cream at the top. We just get a local one and it makes for a good yogurt. So I've got Marcus here to help explain the yogurt making process because he's the pro in the family.
Hey babes. So the first step is bringing milk to the boil. We do 4 litres of milk at a time. You want to do it in a heavy bottom stainless pot and be sure to constantly stir it while you're heating it to avoid the milk sticking and burning to the bottom of the pot. You have to keep an eye on it because when milk boils, it just rapidly expands and foams up and will overflow out of the pot. So once you see steam starting to form on the top and you'll start getting a little bit frothy like this, that's when you want to turn it off. So it'll start to rolling boil. Let it cool to about 37 degrees Celsius. So this is equal to blood temperature. So if you put your finger in it, it should feel hot but not burning.
So no burning sensation at all.
Fast way to do this is to pour it into the containers that you want to set it in, and it will cool down a lot quicker there. Once it's around 37, we add about a tablespoon of existing culture to about roughly a litre of milk.
It's important to get a good quality yogurt with live strains of bacteria. So something like, is it Yalna?
Yeah. And then you want to leave the yogurt somewhere warm for the next 24 hours. Ideally somewhere that's going to be pretty temperature stable. So you can wrap it up in a towel or a jacket and leave it on a sunny windowsill. We find an easy way is just to preheat the oven to about 100 and stick it in there, and then 24 hours later it's done.
Preheat the oven, then turn it off and then put it in. Yes. So there you go, that's 24 hours later. It has set to that consistency and that's perfect. Mind you, I have had this in the fridge, so it does get a little bit more solid in the fridge. Now for some weird footage of me eating. So Marcus's family have always made yogurt because his dad's Turkish.
Yeah, I always remember pots sitting on the kitchen bench in the sun, wrapped in like his big work jackets and stuff like that as a kid.
Here I'm gonna start making labneh. So I've just added half a teaspoon of salt into one of these containers, which are they like 1 litre?
They're a bit under a litre.
And labneh is just strained yogurt. So I'm going to use some cheesecloth and just doubling it over, and we'll get all of that liquid out. So it kind of ends up being a nice thick consistency. So it's just easy to sort of pour it in with a little strainer like that. You can see the liquid is already coming out. In the end, you won't really taste the salt flavor, so you can still use it for sweet stuff. It just helps to bring the liquid out, I think. So I'm just gonna tie it to a wooden spoon, which is hanging over a bowl. And then because our yogurt has already been out for 24 hours, I will put it into the fridge so that it slows the fermentation process a little bit while that strains. Okay, so we're gonna make a little yogurt herb dressing in the meantime. Just cutting up 2 handfuls of herbs. So in this case, I'm using mint and parsley, and just mixing that up with some garlic and some salt and lemon juice. And of course you could just do this in the blender from the beginning, but I just wanted you to see that you can do it either way, and just make sure to chop up your herbs as fine as you can. And if you want, you can give it an additional blast. This is a really good way of sneaking in lots of greens, especially if you've got kids who don't like to eat lots of veggies. So that's a really yummy salad dressing or just a dip. So it's been 24 hours and we're getting our labneh out to see if it is the right consistency, and it's soft and exactly how we want it. So you can leave it for less than 24 hours if you would like it to be a little bit more wet. So I'm gonna make something sweet by mixing it up with some vanilla and a little bit of maple syrup, but you could use any sweetener. And it's really yummy. You can use this as an icing for a cake, or you can even just have it on banana bread like I'm having here, with a sprinkle of rose petals just for fun. And it is seriously tasty. It's like, yeah, so good, hey?
Yeah.
Now some more weird footage of me eating.
We did a, what was it, sweet potato cake one time with fig, and we used labneh as like the whole icing.
Yeah, that was so good. Make sure to pop over to my Instagram so you can see these labneh herb balls that I've made on my IGTV. They're really fun and easy to make. You can also make labneh with just store-bought yogurt, so that's good to know as well if you don't feel like making the whole yogurt from scratch. Alrighty guys, that's it from me today. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell button if you don't want to miss next week's video, which is going to be on the basics of meal prepping. So I'm going to cover all of the most simple ingredients that you can prepare that will enable you to save time, and you can just still have a really flexible diet and just mix and match those different ingredient combinations to create easy, yummy meals. Okay, honeys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Sunday. If you like these kind of videos, make sure to check out this video here, which is how to meal prep for breakfast, where I share a grain-free granola recipe, which is really delicious. It's got coconut and buckwheat and maple syrup and cinnamon and all sorts in there, as well as some quinoa muffins that are really tasty too.